Hi, my name is Zelman Ainsworth. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of A-PTV. I finally convinced David Coombes from Accent Group after years of begging you and pleading and even negotiating to come on to A-PTV to talk about what it's like being the most sought after property person in Australia, who every agent, myself included, would like him to like me better. David's going to talk about what it's like being inundated with retail leasing opportunities and how to sift through it to find the right ones that suit the brands and where retail is going generally. So thank you very much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. And
pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
what's your role here at the Accent Group?
My role here is I'm General Manager of Property.
Yeah.
So along with the General Managers, the CEO, the CFO, I set and deliver the property strategy for all our retail banners. We've got 16 retail banners, and that's everything from site selection, renewals, expansions, exiting underperforming stores, and really helping all their brands grow their store portfolio.
Wow. You guys have 700 stores, over 16 brands, 36 websites, 22 wholesale brands. Any real estate comes through you first?
Yep. Or
So
last.
Or last?
Yep.
You must be inundated with opportunities.
Absolutely.
How do you sift through all that?
I kind of liken it to looking for like a house. You know, if you know what sort of house you want a holiday house, you want to be by the beach, you want a pool. So every brand has a customer profile, and every location's better or worse for some brands.
Yeah.
So you know pretty quickly, you know, if you're looking for a star and a store in Shepparton, that's probably not going to fly. But if you're looking for a star and a store in Claremont Quarter in WA, you know you're gonna open there.
Do you prefer shops over shopping centres, like strip shops?
I think the allure of a high street shop is probably better for a more boutique brand. More commercial brands obviously love the foot traffic. You know, like Chadstone's one of the best shopping experiences in the world. Everyone loves it. Everyone goes there.
How many stores do you have at Chadstone?
Oh, I think 9.
9 out of 16?
Yeah.
Jeez, are they chasing you for the other 7?
No, they won't work there. Big rents.
Yeah. What gets you excited about retail opportunities when you're looking at, like, how do I get your attention?
For me, it's probably the opportunity and really seeing something start from nothing. That's what I love about retail, is the creation. You know, you have an idea or someone sends something to you, and then you think about it, and then you talk to the brands and you think, is the customer there? I mean, that's really the first thing, is the customer there? And then it all starts from that. But I love the creation aspect. So, you know, it starts with a thought and then it ends with a store. Through that whole process, you've got every department in the business going through it. You know, you got product, you got buying, you got marketing, you got merchandising, you got finance. So it's really like a big family, really.
So, but from ground zero, how do I get you engaged?
The opportunity's got to be worthwhile. I mean, we're all so busy here. We'll do 200 deals a year generally. Yeah. So you really don't have time to look at anything that's not worth your while. So it's really up to the skill of the leasing agent and the relationships that everyone has to get my attention and to get everyone's attention in the industry, really, because I think the most important thing as well is to follow up once the store's open, not just do the deal and then move on to the next deal.
Right, so the after customer service is what you're...
Definitely. And shopping centres are really good at that because they're trying to create precincts, and they might take 3, 4, 5 years to get all the brands they want in that precinct. They've got to make sure everything's going well. Obviously they get sales reports, so that helps. You know, you don't just want to do a deal on Chapel Street and then move on and never hear from the agent again. You
want to hear from the agent again?
Definitely.
What role does the agent or leasing exec play in your decision process, and do they have any sway?
I think, you know, they probably don't have sway, but they've definitely got the foresight to offer the site to us.
Right.
So they must have some sort of idea on what the performance is going to be, what the customer is. But yeah, I mean, they can definitely influence to a degree.
What do you expect them to, give you? From the first phone call, what do you expect to hear?
If it's a high street agent or a shopping centre agent?
Let's go with high street for a second.
If it's a high street agent, you'd want absolutely all the information on the site. You know, tenancy plans, elevation plans, that's the big one. You know, what's the ceiling height? What's the floor? What's the access like? What's the shop front? Is the air conditioning good quality? And then actually any more data that you have, because, you know, we make all our decisions on data. So
rental evidence, council foot traffic.
All that.
Any sales that are available on that strip?
Definitely.
And if you don't, if the agent doesn't have that, he's just annoying. He or she's just annoying you.
No, not necessarily. I mean, they might just be starting out. So,
Right.
you know, we'll always try and help people in their journey. I mean, I've obviously got relationships with all the retailers. You know, just pick up the phone and speak to someone, how you're trading, and that gives you a pretty good idea.
Yeah. And
you've got to build that over time.
Yeah, it's like anything else, just
Yeah.
knowledge. And shopping centers, what do you expect them to call you with?
Basically, all the information that we're going to need to provide a deal to our board.
So traffic stats, demographics, spending habits.
Traffic's huge, centre map, MAT history if it's up or down,
Yeah.
specialty sales per square metre average.
How far do you look at the MATs? How far back?
5 to 10 years.
5-10 years.
Yep.
It was a different world 2 years ago.
Totally.
What does 10 years ago tell you?
Well, retail 10 years ago was probably a lot stronger than it was 3 years ago.
Why? Because
Yeah.
online wasn't relevant.
Online wasn't as big, so bricks and mortar was pretty much 100%.
So are you guys going to have, you have 700 stores. Is that going to go to 800 or is your website going to go from 36 to 100?
No, we've definitely got ambitions to go well over 1,000 stores.
In Australia?
Yep.
With the 16 brands you have or more brands coming?
I will never say no to what the future holds. We don't know. I mean, there's opportunities presented to us all the time.
But your online and your stores is virtually one business. I can buy online, pick up in store.
Yep.
I can return online, in store.
Yep.
It's all one big
Yeah.
customer.
I mean, we don't really mind where the customer buys, where they return, as long as we get the sale. And kids these days, you know, they're on their phone every 5 seconds. They're talking to their friends or on their TikToks, buying the products through the apps. So we don't really mind where they buy as long as we get the sale. And you've got to have the technology to be able to do that.
Right. Yeah, you guys have done it really, really well.
Yeah,
As a customer, I can tell you.
we over-invested in technology. Started probably about 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
And it's definitely paid dividends, especially through COVID. Being able to ship from store, that was a huge thing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And CBDs, how are they performing in Australia as a whole?
It's obviously been very tough with COVID. Melbourne's probably bounced back the best, I think. Even though the proportion of office workers is quite low in the office in Melbourne. Sydney's coming back, Perth's a bit slow, Brisbane's a bit slow, Adelaide's pretty strong.
Why Melbourne? Why do you think Melbourne bounced back the most?
I think it's probably got...
This isn't a rehearsed answer question, right? This
Yeah.
is your opinion.
I think it's probably got a really good flow of people from Melbourne Central to Bourke Street.
Yeah.
You know, you've got Melbourne Central, you've got Emporium, and then you've got Bourke Street. And people literally use that as an ant trail to come up from the train station in Melbourne Central.
Yeah.
And Melburnians love to shop. You know, that's what we're known for.
Do you have any retail leasing requirements in Victoria that you want to share right now? That you could just kind of scale your message?
Yeah, definitely.
quickly?
I mean, we're always looking for some flagship locations,
Okay.
CBDs. We'd love like a building.
A full
Like,
building?
Yeah, like 2-3 levels.
And have a store on every level?
No, probably branded. Just one brand.
And what would you do across all the levels?
We'd do footwear, apparel, accessories.
Jeez,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah.
But I guess luxury are doing that full building experiences and they just make their mark on the strip.
Definitely.
How do I get you to answer my phone calls? How do I get you to like me?
Mate, everyone loves you.
No, come on. I would really want to focus is you probably speak to more agents and receive more data and information from agents. Like what sifts through and processes and what just gets ignored? Like how do I get your attention?
It's really the opportunity. You know, if it's a good site, we want to know about it.
Okay, so Accent Group have recently created or purchased some unique brands away from the core sneakers. So from the Platypus and Hype DC they're also used to. So Nude Lucy, it's a really cool female fashion brand. Star Runner, premium female athleisure brand. You purchase glue and you also have Style Type as well. So where is this inspiration coming from and what other brands can we see coming through that you guys are creating?
I think the inspiration's really come from the fact that we've always been a branded business. So you're not really controlling your destiny. You know, we've got great relationships with our key brand partners, the oldest ones being Doc Martens and Vans. But you're sort of at their mercy, you know, they'll give you what they'll give you. So if you're not creating your own product, you can't really control what you're doing. So that's sort of where the allure of the Style Runner and the glue, and within glue there was actually a business that had been around for 8 years called Nude Lucy. And Daniel, our CEO, had the foresight to pull that brand out and create its own retail concept. So we've now got, I think, 6 stores, and we'll get to 11 by the end of the year. And it's all really just so we can control how we grow, where we grow, what products we put in, with no external influence saying, no, we're not going to give you that SKU.
So you'll become your own vertical retailer?
Hopefully, that's the end goal.
Would you wholesale to other retailers?
Yeah, we already do.
So Nude Lucy sells in others,
Yep.
in your, effectively your competitor stores?
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Nude Lucy is sitting in that like cool female fashion
Yeah.
boutique.
Yeah, it's sort of a aspirational look and feel without the aspirational price point. You know, the price point's sort of $30 to $200.
Neutral colors, natural beaches, all that Australian.
Yeah,
themed
really
stuff.
coastal. It's going really well in Queensland at the moment, so we're definitely looking for more sites up there.
And subtype?
Subtype's probably at the top of our pyramid.
When are they going to start carrying more common projects on sale?
Yeah, if you can get a pair, I'd like to know where, because they're hard to get these days.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's bizarre that these shoes sell out.
And they're not cheap either.
No, and they're getting more expensive.
$800 a pair these days. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Just may sell mine.
definitely.
Is there a
The
second-hand
reseller
market?
market's huge.
Second-hand market of
Yeah,
shoes?
definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, pretty average size.
Yeah. No, I think Subtype is never going to be more than 5 or 6 stores.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, Newmarket, and we're just about to open in Pacific Fair.
It's a super cool experience.
Super cool. My favourite store in the whole group is the one in the basement in Melbourne.
On Russell Street?
Yeah, love it.
I often visit there.
Just that whole exploratory nature, you know, down the stairs, around the corner, glass everywhere, steel. It's just cool.
I met a staff member there who's actually a designer and who designed some of the clothes. Like she put bits and pieces and sewed it all together and put it on a mannequin.
Yeah, I remember
and she was
her.
telling me all about her story. It was fascinating.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stories here. I think it's an amazing place to work. I mean, I effectively get paid to find places to sell shoes.
It's awesome. How long have you been here for?
6 years.
Wow, it's a while.
Yeah.
Any more global brands want to come to Australia? Do you guys hear about it first?
We get insights in talking to, you know, the major landlords on who's coming. I mean, that's their goal, is to create something unique for the customer that other landlords don't have. But I think, you know, we're a very competitive marketplace, Australia. We've got great retailers. Melburnians and Australians love to shop. And a lot of the overseas brands haven't worked here.
Mm. Would you go overseas? Would Accent Group start opening stores around the world?
We looked at it in 2018, 2017 actually, in Singapore with Platypus. But because we're not vertical and the rents are so high, it's really, the feasibility just doesn't work.
But now that you're leaning towards vertical, would you revisit it?
Absolutely.
And Singapore was your first destination?
Not necessarily Singapore, but we're looking, can't divulge too much, but we're looking at a few options at the moment.
You guys are in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, that was where we started. Yeah,
I didn't know
Accent
that.
Group started, as a distributor
In New
and a
Zealand?
wholesaler in New Zealand.
Isn't Daniel from Melbourne?
Yep. Yeah, but it was actually started by Michael Hapgood, 2 other guys, I think Craig and Michael, 1988.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it's grown from nothing to, you know,
You're the biggest shoe retailer in the country.
in Australasia, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Do you see who does it the best around the world? Like, where do you guys see the coolest sportswear, fashion, sneaker retailer?
I think in that space, I mean, Atmos in Japan, Kith in New York. I think Kith have just done a bit of a promo with BMW, I think, which is unbelievable.
Yeah,
In terms of retail, Louis Vuitton.
does it the best.
Yeah, they're unbelievable.